Hi, ladies and gents. Welcome to CEO Meets. I'm absolutely delighted to be joined by Kevin Brent from BizSmart. Kevin is one of our very, very new members to the BFA. So Kevin, talk to us a bit about BizSmart. I know that you do business consultancy for SMEs, but let's talk in a bit more detail about how that works and what your franchisees are going to be doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Pip. Great to meet you. Yes, we do business consulting with SMEs, but it's a little bit more than that in a way. You know, what we're passionate about is helping business owners to really scale up and build businesses that have real value to it. And you know, one of the things that struck me when I looked at starting the business is that in this country, less than 4% of businesses scale beyond the point where they've got 10 employees, 10 or more employees, and less than 1% beyond the point of 50. And essentially what we're about is trying to move the needle on those dials to help more businesses that want to help them to scale up beyond those points. Not everybody's business wants to, of course, but for those that do, that's what we're about.
No, because staff have always been a bit of a headache, haven't they? And, you know, for me, those are really shocking stats. I would have thought there were many more businesses that were bigger than that. So for you, you've been trading and doing it since 2012, I think.
Yes.
Franchising, you said, has always been on the cards for you. So why now? Why the decision to move forward into the franchising sector?
Yes, it has always been on the cards as our way of scaling up, but we wanted to make sure that we got the model right. So we essentially have taken 6 or 7 years to make sure that we hone it and get it right to the point where it is ready to franchise, because we want to make sure that quality is kept. We've worked very hard to build a really, really good reputation, and we want to make sure that quality is kept. And we see franchising as the way to do that.
Okay, so talk about the traits of your franchisees. I noticed when looking a bit more about your brand and during the accreditation process, you want your franchisees to be DISC practitioners. What's that about?
Yes, well, they don't have to come as a DISC practitioner. That's part of the training that we would give people, and it's one of the reasons that we do that is that when we're working with business owners in groups, which is a big part of the way that we work. It's not all about one-to-one coaching. It's about harnessing the power of collaborative working with other good, credible business owners, and understanding ourselves first of all as a leader. And we do specific DISC profiling around the leadership aspects of what we do. Understanding ourselves can help us to develop as a better leader. It can also help us to develop others within our teams as a better leader. And this is one of the things we find, particularly, you know, once businesses scaling from sort of 10 to 12 employees to the next step of 2025, developing the leaders behind us is absolutely critical. So we've got understanding of leadership and DISC that helps. But also, of course, it's great to then, when we're introducing new groups together, to have a bit of an insight into each other, so that when one of us is perhaps a little bit more blunt than the others might like, well, at least we know that's, you know, perhaps that's our style and it's not personal.
Absolutely, I'm one of those blunt ones myself. So we've just done it ourselves internally. So for me, I thought it's a great opportunity, isn't it, for self-reflection, because you don't always realise the way in which you approach people and speak to people. So I think it's definitely a trait, especially in what you do, to enable people to communicate better internally.
Absolutely, and leadership is fundamental to, you know, we have to work on ourselves as a leader. If we want to create a proper scalable business that's got intrinsic value within that business, we have to start with ourselves as a leader. So, you know, to develop ourselves as a leader, first step, of course, is understanding ourselves, so that we can then lead ourselves, but also understand others and lead them. And it goes through everything that we do is trying to be a more effective leader.
Fantastic. So franchising side for you, it's obviously going to be about franchisee recruitment, but what are your kind of big aims and goals over the next 12 months?
In terms of the numbers of franchisees?
No, just in terms of what you're looking to achieve as BizSmart as a business. I get that you're going to want to recruit franchisees because you're new to it, but what's your kind of big, fat, hairy, audacious goal for the next year?
Okay, all right. Well, we are trying to create, over a number of years, we are trying to create a network of franchisees across the country where we've got probably in the order of 30 or 40 franchisees. We're not looking to have hundreds. It's really good people working together. But as I say, what we want to do is move the needles on those dials. So, what I'd really like to be able to do is to be able to say, we've changed that 4% number. Even if we only help to move it to 5 or even 6%, that's a good number of business. When you've got 6 million businesses in this country, that's a big change. So we want to work with certainly around 10,000 businesses and impact them in that time, certainly.
And if you could improve everything incrementally by 1%, you're doing really well. So
absolutely.
Okay. So my final question: why align with the BFA? I think to some extent, I know you said right from the get-go that for you everything is about quality. Was that why you decided to partner with the association?
Absolutely. That is in a nutshell. We're doing this properly. We're not about trying to make a quick buck from franchising or anything like that. And the BFA is recognised as being the authority in that area. And we've worked with Ashton's as well to help us to get to this point, again because we know that everything's about them is quality as well, and having the stamp of approval, if you like, from the BFA that we're doing things in the right way is absolutely paramount to us, and we think will then help from a prospective franchisee point of view to see that we are doing this seriously and we're not just paying lip service to it.
Well, you've definitely taken the right advice. We always advise people to use our professional affiliates, so I'm really glad that you did that as part of the journey. But Kevin, it was really nice talking to you today, and we're really looking forward to sharing your journey into franchising and working with you over the coming years in seeing you kind of roll this out successfully. So thank you so much for your time.
Oh, thank you very much, Pip. That's brilliant. We're delighted to be a part of the BFA.
Thanks.